Today we are working on day 4 with our meteorologist reading, and we are working on integration of knowledge and ideas. So that means integration of knowledge and ideas means that you're taking the ideas, right, and deciding like how did they go. Integrate means like go into. How do they go into this piece? How do they work with it? How do they make it stronger? Why did they choose the words they did? Why did they put the sentences where they did? Okay, an author has a reason for the way that they wrote it. And when we read it, if we're reading it correctly and thoroughly, it'll help us understand everything that goes into it. So, number 1, how does the picture relate to the passage? Relate means like connect to. If you think about like you're related to your cousins, right? You're not the same, but you're connected in some way. So, this is related to the writing. It never actually talks here about the picture, but it does in this caption. It says, a meteorologist on the news will forecast the weather several times a day. So how does this picture relate to the writing? How is it similar to the writing? How does it help your brain? So I'll give you a sentence starter. Because remember, we are restating the question. How does the picture relate to the passage? So I would say the picture relates to the passage by what? What does the picture do to help you with the passage? Okay. Then number 2. Read the first sentence of the second paragraph. What reasons does the author use to support the point made in this sentence? So we've talked about usually the first sentence of the paragraph is the main idea, and then there's all the supporting details that come after it. So I'm going to highlight in green since to my mind green means go, and it's kind of at the top, the main idea. So it's a second paragraph, 1, 2. Do you like meteorology? The first sentence is, people who want to become a meteorologist must go to college. Okay, so this is the main idea of the paragraph. Then it continues further. It says, they must do excellent in school and need at least 4 years of college. Some people go to school for much more than 4 years because they want to learn more about meteorology. Okay, so this is the main idea. How does that help you with the next 2 sentences? Basically, this is the big concept, and then it goes into a little bit more detail where it helps you know more about it. So I'll give you a sentence starter. What reasons does the author use to support the point made in this sentence? So I'm going to say, the author's reasons for supporting the main idea. Now, I'm going to actually write the main idea. The main idea is that meteorologists go to college. So I'm going to use commas to break up the ideas. The author's reasons for supporting the main idea, comma, that meteorologists go to college, comma. Oh, I shouldn't say is, I should say are. Are, because are is plural. I said reasons, meaning more than one, so are, there has to be more than one. So let me read it out loud. The author's reasons for supporting the main idea that meteorologists go to college are, so now give me the 2 reasons, okay? There's 2 reasons here after the main idea that tells you why they have to go to college, okay? Why that education is important for their job. It's going to be a long sentence, and it's going to be a beautiful sentence. Number 3. What reasons does the author give for the point made in the first sentence of the third paragraph? Okay, so let's go to the third paragraph. 1, 2, 3, first sentence. Can you imagine working in a thunderstorm? Then it continues. Some meteorologists go where the weather is severe. They can give a first-hand account of dangerous weather. Okay, we talked before about the word severe. We talked about what it means. It's associated with danger, a thunderstorm as an example. So we've talked about this little paragraph quite a bit. So they want to know the reasons the author made this point, just like the last one we did. Why does the author ask, can you imagine working in a thunderstorm? It's kind of neat that they actually put a question in here, because to me then, like, I actually start thinking like me, Miss Reeves, like, ooh, what would it be like to actually work in a thunderstorm? Not just like in a classroom when there's a storm outside, but in a thunderstorm. That would be really intriguing because you would be studying it. So use these two sentences to explain why it's kind of cool that the author put this question in here about, like, you yourself as a reader imagining yourself in a thunderstorm. So I'll start you out. If you want to do your own sentence, go for it. I'm just starting you. So I'm going to start a little differently. The author asks us if we can imagine the author asks us if we as readers can imagine working in a thunderstorm. This is important, or this is neat, or I like this because, and then tell what these two sentences doing. Like, how does that get your mind working when you're thinking about giving a weather report? Okay, so continue. This is not done. Another sentence. Telling why the author wrote that initial sentence, the first sentence there. And your last one, guys, almost done. It's only 4 questions. You can do this. Honestly, take your time. These are the standards that you need to understand before going to 3rd grade. So it's really worth it. We've worked on all these years. We've worked on this all this year. But this is the time. Like, make sure, like, if you can do this, like, you'll be set for next year. It'll be lovely. So take your time. It's okay. Number 4. What reasons does the author make for the points made in the last sentence of the passage? Okay, so the last sentence of the passage. Because it's last, I'm going to highlight it in red because it's kind of concluding the whole entire passage. If you like looking at weather patterns, then this is the job for you. So what are his reasons for saying if you like weather patterns, you should like check out meteorology? It might be cool. Looking here, I have a main idea. The top of the list is the chief meteorologists. Then it has a lot of details. Many admire them because they are in the newsroom. Have you ever seen someone presenting the weather? They're usually the chief meteorologist. So there's a few ideas of why you might like it. Maybe you like presentation. Maybe you admire means like appreciate, or that you like respect that they're in the newsroom. So maybe you want to be in the newsroom. Maybe you like the idea of doing excellent in school. Maybe you kind of like the idea of knowing a lot about dangerous weather. Maybe you think it would be neat to use these tools like computers and science and other tools, and that collecting of data sounds really interesting to you. There's a lot of reasons that the author gives. So I want you to look through, find your favorite reasons, like honestly to you as a reader. If they're asking you that you might actually like this job, give me your first couple of reasons where you're like, wow, when I read this, like, this part about meteorology is really cool. Okay, we talked about in one of our Zoom meetings recently what we might like, what job might be cool when we grow up. Why might this be a cool option? Have fun, guys.